lighting palettes. I mentioned these in a haul a couple of weeks ago now, and some of you said you'd like to see how we use them, so that's what I'm going to do today. So I'm going to do a kind of get ready with me site tutorial thing. So I hope you enjoy it, and let's get started. So I'm going to start off with the Origins Ginseng Eye Cream and just put this under my eyes. This just helps to get rid of any puffiness or bags, dark circles, anything like that. It's really moisturising. I mentioned it in my favourites actually. I really love this eye cream, and it works really well under makeup as well. And then I go in with the Origins Vitazing Moisturiser, which is a tinted moisturiser. Again, this is a product that I really love. It just gives a really nice base for foundation, and because it's tinted, it helps just to even out the skin tone, so you don't need quite as much foundation, so you get a more natural look. Please ignore my roots, by the way. I'm getting them done this week. I'm going to use the Rimmel Lasting Finish 25-hour foundation in the shade Light Porcelain. I think this is the lightest one, and I use 1.5 pumps of this. This is just what I do every day. This is kind of the standard sort of base that I do. Not very complicated. Might look a bit pale for me on camera, but in real life it's a really good match for me. I'm not quite sure how the lighting is making it look. So then I go in with the Maybelline Instant Eye Eraser, which looks really grubby, but it's well used and well loved, and it's almost at the end now, and I just put that under the eyes. This just helps even out any dark circles that are still there. There's not much, to be honest, to cover up, but I do think it makes a difference. And then I just use the Rimmel Match Perfection Concealer in Ivory on any blemishes or redness or scarring. These are just scars from old blemishes at the moment that I've got. We'll cover them up. To put a little bit around the nose and then a little bit here, because they get quite red here for some reason. I prefer this concealer to the Collection Lasting Perfection one, because I find that one can be a bit drying and can look a bit thick, so that's why I use this one. Again, this is a Real Techniques blushing brush, if I didn't say. Oh, I said that or not. That in all over. And that is the foundation done. Then use powder. My favourite one is the NARS one that I mentioned in my 70s video, but today I'm using the MAC Light Plus Mineralised Skin Finish on a Real Techniques powder brush, and I put this all over the T-zone. The reason I use quite a lot of powder is to keep my makeup in place. I do find after like an hour it gets a bit more dewy, and I do prefer the look of that, but I tend to put quite a lot of powder on to start with, as I just think it looks a lot nicer really. So then I'm going to go to my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette, and these powders you can use to set under eye concealer. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this brush, which is the MAC 168 brush, and I'm going to go for this shade on the end. I'll just use that to set under the eyes. And then I'll just go in with my powder brush and just blend that a bit. I'm going to take the second one on the same brush, and then just use it as a highlighter. Just on the tops of the cheekbones, and I take it into the brow bone. And then you can put a bit just on the end of the nose and on the cupid's bow. I don't always do that. You can do that. Then I'm going to take another 168. This is a smaller one, but it's the same brush. And I'm going to take this darker shade, which for me works really nice as a contour because I'm quite pale, but you can also use it as an all-over bronzer or to set under the eyes if you've got darker skin tone. But it works nicely for me as a contour, and any excess, just take that up onto the temples just to even everything out a bit. And that's how I use that one for now, and we'll come back to it in a minute. Moving on to the Ambient Lighting blush palette, and this is a Gemma Kid blush brush, but you can use anything. And I basically alternate between these. Which one shall I go for? I'll go for the pink one. So just get some of that on my brush, and I put this on the apples of my cheeks, just quite roughly. And then I kind of like blend it all into the lighting powder, so it all looks kind of quite seamless. I don't like anything to look too harsh. So for my eyes, I always start off with a MAC Painterly paint pot. If you've seen any of my videos, I think it's been quite a while since I did a tutorial, but if you've seen any, you'll know I use this. Just pop that all over the eyelids for a base. Just evens out any veins that show through or any unevenness of colour, and it helps your eyeshadows to stay in place, and also helps them to look a bit more pigmented as well. So that just is a base. You can use that on its own, but I always just use it as a base. I have done for years. I think that's my third part of it. The NARS eyeshadow primer is really good as well if you want an alternative. So now I'm going to go back to my Ambient Lighting palette on a MAC 224 brush. I alternate between these shades. I tend to just pick up the fallout that's in the corner to start off with, and I just put that all over the lid, right up to the brow bone. On the MAC 224. It's quite subtle, but I think these work really nicely on the eyes, especially for an everyday look. And it gives them another use as well, which I think is really good because they are expensive. So then, once I've done that, I'll go in with the darker shade on the same brush and put that into the outer corner and the crease, just to give it a little bit of definition. I mean, these powders are designed for the face, they're not designed as eyeshadows, but I just think they look really nice on the eyes, and as I just said, I think it's good to have a dual use, so you can get your money's worth really. And if you want it to look a bit more exciting, I go in with the Burberry Sheer eyeshadow, and this is in the shade Chestnut. It's kind of a warm, almost matte brown, I would say, and this is a MAC 286, I don't know, it's kind of just like a crease brush. And just get a little bit of that on that brush and just pop it through the crease just to add a bit more definition. You don't have to do this, but this is just if you want them to look a bit more defined. For every day I wouldn't bother doing this, simply because I usually don't have time, but for the weekend or when I want to make a bit more effort I would. So now I'm going to go in with some eyeliner, and this is the Collection Fast Stroke Eyeliner. It's a liquid liner. This is, I think this is about £2. It's really, really cheap and it's really, really good. I got it in a Birchbox, I think, but it is really cheap. So what I do for my eyeliner, I don't know if you can see this, but I put a dot where I want the end of the flick to be. And and I join the flick first, because then if it's wrong, it's easier to remove it and start again than it is if you've done the whole lot. Mascara, and I opened this yesterday actually. It's the Lash Accelerator from Rimmel. I'm not normally a fan of Rimmel mascaras, but I quite liked it yesterday, so I'm going to use it. And then I'll go in with a second coat. And for the bottom lashes I use the Clinique Bottom Lash Mascara. Then onto brows. Sometimes I just use a brow gel, but if I'm have a bit more time, I'll use this, which is a Maybelline Brow Satin product, and it has a pencil where you can just draw in hairs of your brows. My brows are quite thick, so I don't really have much to fill in, but just fill in the start of them really. And then there's this powder on the end, which you can pop through. This is the shade Dark Blonde, by the way. It's the lightest one they do. And just pop that through, quite roughly. If you've got thinner brows, you might need to be a bit more precise with it, but I'm fine. Then I go into Brow Drama in Dark Blonde, which is the brow mascara. This just helps set everything into place, and I find this works really well. I've been using this for ages now, so I really like that. So that is how I use the ambient lighting palettes on the eyes and on the skin. I really like it. It's a look I go for quite often. It's really versatile. You could use it as a nice base for a smoky eye. You could use it as an everyday without the liner. You don't need to use the Burberry shadows if you want. And I just think on the skin and everything, I just think they're really natural and really pretty. Now for lips, I think any colour lipstick goes with this look, but it's entirely up to you what you like. Last week I did kind of a berry lip with it, and sometimes I go for a nude, so I'll just show you a couple that I like now. So last week I wore this, which was the Revlon Colourburst Matte Balm in Stand Out Remarkable. That's what I used last week in my misguided haul and November favourites and empties videos. And Ox Blood from Burberry, which is this deep berry colour. It's another one I really like. And for a less berry, more nudie kind of option, Burberry Dusty Rose, which is number 10. So I think I might go for this one actually today. That's my completed makeup look. So I hope you liked it. Please give this video a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe to my channel. There's loads of videos going up, at least one a day, because I'm doing Vlogmas. So make sure you go and watch those if you haven't already, and if you want to make my day and subscribe to my channel, that would be the best thing you could do right now. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!